And we do have an update for everyone. Thankfully for us over here, SHIN was able to win that last map, which brings us to our ace match, our final game of the evening. What better map to end things up on other than Cite Delta? We're over here in the top left-hand corner map, spawning all the way. In that top left-hand corner, we of course have our Red Zerg player coming out from the land of Korea, formerly known as Ragnarok. He is going to be representing Mystery Gaming. We have, do I hear the slurping of ramyun? Cause it's SHIN.
And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of side Delta, we have his opponent going for a proxy 2x in the natural base against a pool first, by the way. We have the South Korean Terran player representing Mystery Gaming. It is Bunny.
You can tell that these two are teammates. just by the openings that we see here. SHIN scouts it, checks. Will immediately force a cancel on one of these barracks. These one SCV needs the absolute perfect RNG to avoid the hits, but it doesn't quite have it. Thankfully for Bunny, second SCV was there. It will be able to replace this, but
can we finish? Can we finish? Can we finish? We will
just finish up. Now what?
Oh my god, it barely does complete that. That was so close. Fun fact, if this hatchery wasn't thrown down, I don't know if you saw when the hatchery was thrown down, a drone was forced back to the right-hand side to move out of the way, and it did delay it as well. So, bit of a misstep there, a bit of RNG, I guess. As the Rax finishes, we do at least make one Marine, and we can make a Reaper. That's what's important. We can make a Reaper, which means we can get some map control and be a little bit assertive, a little bit aggressive as the one Marine gets in.
Yeah. Gets in and immediately gets chased away. Like, hey, guys! Like, sir, this is a restricted area.
As it does get shut down here. The Reaper, though, is going to have a bit of a stronger chance. Meanwhile, back at home, we go for a second Rax before we go for the CC on the low ground. Overlord is going to confirm this, though, as SHIN does get eyes on that second Rax on the high ground.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a good way of keeping... of making sure this SCV will be safe, but then Bunny immediately throws down the reactor. So thankfully, Buddy is coming back home with his Reaper. Will be able to protect his SCV as SHIN is, okay, not quite going for it yet. Is just scouting around with his toolings.
Yeah, he's out on the map. The Overlord does get eyes on the Reaper as it comes back home. So SHIN, he's fully aware that his opponent has map control, essentially. So he has to respect the Reaper, has to back off. And Bunny is going for a very aggressive transition, by the way. We have the first Rax floating back home. We have the second Rax done. A third and a fourth Rax on the way. It's going to be a 4-Rax follow-up here by Bunny.
That's, yeah. A lot of bio on his hands. He even pulled off of gas, so he is just really prioritizing as many Marines as he can really muster for the time being.
Yeah, fun fact, technically this is going to be 5 Raxes because a 5th Rax was just thrown down. I kind of 5 Raxes because one of them isn't doing anything, and we could totally just land it and make units, but it's kind of an Overlord out here just chilling.
Yeah, you know. It's got a good view of the palm trees.
There we go.
Yeah.
So with a 5 Rax, on the one hand, this is the first time we've seen this inside Delta. Remember, Beyond did this very same build against DRG earlier today in that previous series.
Well,
didn't quite work out, if you remember, as he dove into the natural and he got one queen and he got cleaned up and DRG won that game. But again, very different players, very different setup, and yeah, with many more Marines this time.
Yeah, hopefully Bunny will be able to get eyes on SHIN and, where SHIN is all set up. If we see a bit of a repeat where Bunny, isn't quite able to get eyes on third bases and whatnot, decides to just run up the ramp, then I think it might go better for him than it did for Bjorn, just because of the fact that SHIN himself has also been a little bit delayed, but at the same time he got a bit of a quicker roach horn, so Could actually be even worse here for Bunny.
Well, yeah.
As 6 roaches are now on the way.
As you're saying, this is a very different defense, right? We're not relying on lings, we're going roaches instead. We're going straight for that lair. That's going to be for roach speed. And roaches defensively are going to be ideal, but we're moving out across the map. This is dangerous, by the way. If Shin loses these roaches as he pushes, then he is very vulnerable to a counterattack.
Absolutely is. Marines technically aren't favored against roaches, but if you have a lot of Marines, it really doesn't matter that much, especially if you have, that is a natural CC.
Yeah,
Holy.
we lifted the natural to kill the Overlord, and here come those roaches. Stim isn't done, but we have a massive, oh my god, there are just so many Marines.
Yep. And that's all you really need. You have this barracks over on the other side of the map as well. Couple of roaches gonna try to sneak into the natural base, but now the boys are pulled.
That's
You'll
why
love to see it.
That's why we lifted. We didn't need them. And roach is gonna be going down. We do see Bunny completely all in here. And what do we have at home to defend? We have a wall of queens, roaches. We're gonna have to pull the boys as well. We have to take this seriously as the SCVs have been revealed.
Yep, and they are moving on forward. We have 1 sim available right now for Bunny, and maybe 2 because Combat Shields did finish up a little bit earlier on, but he is saving it. He is popping it now, and that's a lot of DPS on his hands. Shin technically with the higher army supply, but Bunny with the better army, with the Sim Marines. The boys have been wiped out, and it looks like Bunny barely doesn't have enough.
Wow.
Shin will be pushing this back, and it looks like Shin is going to be our final player. There we go, to qualify for IEM Katowice.
GG, well played. Congratulations. We can't hear. Discord, they've silenced you.
I'm being silenced
We'll work
by
on
Discord, but GG, very, very well played. We weren't quite able to catch the rest of the series, but I am going to assume, I'm going to assume that they were all as insane as this one game. This was honestly the best way to end off our evening as the delirium started setting in. Absolutely beautiful. A double proxy racks that got immediately scouted and became a single proxy racks with that pool first into a little bit of a roach rush, kind of a bit of a roach rush,
Yeah.
Did get delayed a little bit, but because we also had a 5 racks follow-up coming out from Bunny, you know, the turns did table, but then because that play pull, and because of all those roaches, it didn't matter in the end.
Yeah.
Shin was able to defend, was able to react beautifully to the absolute chaos being thrown down.
Yeah, and the execution of the defense was really strong as well. I don't know if you saw, but obviously we had to pull the drones as well to defend against the boys. And if you saw, the SCVs were on the right-hand side. They were surrounding the queens. They weren't really buffering for the roaches. The roaches were going ham on the Marine army the entire time, as the SCVs were busy with the queens instead. And yeah, in the end, Shin barely holds on. We were completely all in, and Shin qualifies. Bunny will have to try again in another server qualifier.
Indeed, he does. I'm loving chat catching up to this, by the way, on Twitch anyway. Chat catching up like, oh my lord.
It was beautiful. It's everything that we wanted here, and we should even update the admins, actually, as we should. Hold on.
Oh, right. That's the thing that we're supposed to do, yeah.
Yeah, as he does end up winning here in the end. Congratulations to Shin, and with that, that is the conclusion of the Korean qualifiers, the Asia server qualifiers here, with some pretty surprising results, to be honest. Some names that we didn't really expect to make it through.
Yeah, some names that we didn't expect to make it through, and some of our favorites flat out getting eliminated. A classic not qualifying from the first closed qualifier is absolutely insane. So, yeah, very well done to DRG and to Shin for, being able to take him out there. Especially very well done from Shin here to also be able to qualify right off the back. Cyan qualifying when he had to face, DRG, Ryung, and Bunny as well. Okay, losing out to Bunny a little bit, but still. beating Ryung and beating DRG, absolutely massive results here from Bunny. Firefly just reaching, I hope not his final form, but, continuing to evolve. He is a camel with wings and a bright red, it's not really the butt that shines on the Firefly, is it? The abdomen. A bright, shining abdomen.
There you go.
I don't know where I'm going with this. Oh, maybe it's the humps that shines.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
there we go. Two bright red humps, because I'm assuming it's, a double humped camel.
Oh yeah. Firefly, he's thick, he's curvy, and he is going to Poland, as you mentioned. We have Bjorn. My condolences to DRG. DRG came so close, right? He went to the ace match against Bjorn. He was in a good position, and then Bjorn just all-in the hell out of him a couple of games. Yeah. Oh my god. So, again, when it comes to some of these players, we're going to be seeing them next time. Classic, Gumiho, Bunny, DRG, SOS. I'm sure they're going to be rocking up some of these other server qualifiers, so they still technically have another chance, but it's going to be that much more difficult because these other servers, they have less qualification spots, so
yeah,
it's that much more cutthroat.
We had 8 here. Well, here's the thing though, Cyril, Estrella, and Oliveira coming in clutch for everyone else, because the fact that they won their regionals twice means that we actually have one extra slot in each of these server qualifiers, but even still, it's 7 up from 6 and 4 up from 3, so yeah, still quite limited here when it comes to our qualifying slots.
Oh yeah, quite limited indeed. Meanwhile, I hope everyone in the chat enjoyed themselves tonight. Hope you all had a great time. I know I did. Some really fun and insane matches. I'm not upset at all with the kind of road that we walked and the trajectory that we went in.
I'm glad that this was where I came back in to cast from. I'm glad that after taking that break, this is what I came back to.
Fun fact, Yaku, I know you may not have too much context, but I don't think we had a single standard game tonight. I don't think we had a single standard macro game. That did not happen. It's crazy.
It did not at all. Which is about what we expected here from the Asia server qualifier. Immediate aggression coming out, and players who really just want to end their series as quick as possible. Not necessarily cheesy, but still very
aggressive.
Yeah, it's like target locked, neuron activated.
There you go. I think
I am Bjorn, so I must man with gun.
If you remember the closest standard game. I am Karen,
so I must pull the boys.
The closest standard game that we had tonight was Bjorn versus DRG on Hecate, and that was the game that just ended.
Right.
As Bjorn was trying to get a 4th base.
Yeah, that makes sense. I thought you were gonna say the closest thing we had to a standard game was Classic versus DRG game number 1, and then it just went down uphill from there. We just escalated from there.
I mean, if you remember, Classic vs. DRG Game 1 was the game where we had a carrier rush.
Yeah, 2 carriers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that, we're going to be done here for the time being. I say for the time being because I'm actually going to be back to casting in a couple of hours. I'm going to be covering the House Open Cup. It is a Polish-only tournament, and that is going to be in 3.5 hours. So still a ways away. We're going to, have some time to get some food, take a break, get some water. But yeah, we still have some more StarCraft later on tonight if you are unsatiated.
Indeed.
But otherwise, thank you so much for joining me, Yaku. I know it's been a while since we've casted together.
Indeed.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I got what I wanted from this. I am pleased, or rather, I'm glad that I was able to be here to witness the absolute insanity of the Asia close qualifiers.
Let's go. So again, if you guys want to follow Yaku, !Yakuzaku in the chat. Yaku, I'm sure, is one that's going to be streaming soon at some point this month.
No, actually.
Oh, never mind.
I signed an NDA.
Oh. But yeah, if you want to check out more Yakuzaku, check out his Twitter, check out his Twitch channel. There's more Yaku out there. You can even watch some of his VODs or some of his art streams. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, if you want to see the process of creating this background, that's my most recent highlight.
There you go. If you know, you know. Otherwise, you can follow us on the CranKy Ducklings. We have a Twitter, we have a Facebook, we have an Instagram, we have a Discord server, we have a YouTube channel, !YouTube in the chat, and you can get a link to our VOD channel where all of our VODs are uploaded. So if you can't tune in live, we got you covered with plenty of VODs available. And yeah, you can also follow myself, _VIP. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, most likely, some more ladder. I tried to stream a little bit today, but I just didn't have a lot of time because we're casting so much. But I'll try to squeeze in a couple of ladder games tomorrow as well.
Yeah. Gotta shake the rust.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll see you guys in 3.5 hours. Yaku, do you have anything else you want to add before we head off for the night?
Wait, what if I...
No, it's not. It's not happening. It's not. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the support.
Maybe stack it, but
I'm sure we're gonna be seeing more of Yaku in the coming weeks. Casting on the channel, so yeah, won't be the last we see of Yaku. We'll see more of him at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah, at some point, potentially. Yeah, I'll see you then.
We'll see you then. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you guys in 3.5 hours. Until then, bye. Bye. Bye.
Making history. Absolutely phenomenal.
And Ace is the champion of the Intel Extreme Masters World Finals.
Storm's still not quite done. MC is going to take this fight, though. 3 seconds left.
Last 2 rounds of matches got to start it well for ESC.
And this is a massive move for Zez, but he's not content with just a Nexus kill. He wants to win.
And it's all done. A flawless win.
Unbelievable Rogue with a 4